Yo, yo, yo. Chris is in the building. What is up? Let's see. Dude, is Sony about to drop a new FX6? For the last 2 days, I've seen FX6 being listed at $4,000-ish in Nashville, Texas, Cali, and North Carolina. Liking my A7 IV so far. Is it crazy to treat it as an APS-C camera for video and shoot APS-C lenses so I don't even need to think about 4K 60 crop? We did switch over, right? Yeah, I saw that about the FX6. I did see that. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think they're actually going to put out the Mark II version. When I was researching this, the projected date for the Mark II was February 2026. That's what I saw. And that's what I believe, because there is, that's when all the big updates are going to happen. So I wouldn't sweat it too much. I haven't seen them going that low. I haven't seen them going for 4Gs. That's low. I mean, we can see what they're doing on the market here if we want to. But I definitely have not seen any going that low. Let's see how low they're going for here in Los Angeles right now. They usually pop up in my search. Let me see what we can find. Sony FX6. Let's see how much they're going for. But honestly, I wouldn't. Yeah, see, they're pretty normal out here. That's a full kit right there for $5,700. You got this one for $49.99. There's a Sony Venice for you, Chris, 16 Gs right there. Here's the FX6, $5,725. That's a little high, man. I mean, that's used even. Here's one for 5 Gs. Yeah, I mean, see, these are all normal. This right here, this says 3,400, but this is probably a scam. This one says low hours for 4,200 in Pismo, 66 hours. Teresa Treadway. This one's probably real. 4,200. Yeah, that's pretty cheap. In great condition, no damage. Has a total of 66 hours, which is super low, and everything works perfectly. Yeah, that is pretty low, man. 4,200 with the tilt-the thing, the V-mount plate. It's a pretty good deal. I can guarantee probably this one is a scam, though. I would imagine. Yeah, I don't know. That seems a little too good to be true right there at 3,400. But yeah, I don't know. That's what I've been seeing there. I wouldn't sweat it though. February, I'm banking on February 2026 is when we'll see it. Let me see if whoa. I gotta have my chat open on this so I can keep up with the live chat here. Yeah, I don't know. He says, yo, what is this? Have you watched Kes 1969? No, I don't know what that is. Let me see what he's talking about. Kes, what is that, a movie or what is that? I don't know what that is. Kes 1969? Huh. Oh, from 1969. No, Ryan, I've never seen this. What is this? I don't know anything about this. Let's see. A working class English boy spends his free time caring for and training his pet kestrel? What the hell is this? No, I've not watched this. They beat him, they deprived him, they ridiculed him, they broke his heart, but they couldn't break his spirit. That's hilarious. No, I'll have to check that out. No, that's a good one, Ryan. I'll have to put that on the list. Let's see who's in this. I'm gonna go. Is my screen share still open? Yeah, we're good. Let me go to let me pull it up on IMDb so we can see who's attached to this one. Kes. Let's see. We'll see what's up with this. 1969, huh? Ken Loach. All right. What's he known for? Sorry We Missed You, The Angel Share. Daniel Blake. Never heard of him. John Cameron is the composer. Cinematographer is Chris Menges. The Mission, The Killing Fields. Ooh, okay. All right. Yeah, we'll check this out. Interesting. No, that's a new one for me. Okay, Ryan, we'll check it out. That's a good recommendation. 1971 BAFTA Awards. Interesting. Let's see what other awards it won here. He's bullied at school and ignored and abused by his indifferent mother and older brother. Okay, all right. BAFTA Awards. Nominated BAFTA Film Award Best Film. Film Award Best Screenplay nominated. Here, it won Best Supporting Actor at the BAFTAs. Okay. Won Most Promising Newcomer to Leading Film Roles. David Bradley. Was that the little boy? Daniel Blake 2016 is really good too. What about Suspiria? Yeah, now Suspiria actually, yeah, dude, Suspiria is one that I actually did a short film. Well, I was the DP on it, where we were using Suspiria as inspiration, but not the new one, the original, right? Because there's like an older one, and then there's like the super new one. Let's see, Suspiria. We're still here on the screen share, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so 2018, this is the one that we were using as our inspiration from 1977. And I had to watch this in film school for, what was the name of that class? Like, aesthetics of cinema or something like that. Yeah, so we had already seen it when I was going back to film school. That would have probably been around 2017, and then a few years later, we used it as inspiration for this little short film that I was hired to shoot. Didn't see the newest one though. I didn't see that 2018 one, but I definitely am familiar with the original. The original is nuts in terms of the cinematography and everything. But no, we definitely did not catch the new one. Who shot that one? Dude, I can't even pronounce that. What's he known for? Call Me By Your Name. Okay. Wow. Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, Call Me By Your Name was a gorgeous movie, too. Okay. All right. Let's see. I have a set of Minolta MC Rocore lenses. What up, Henry? He says, all declicked with no iris creep. You declicked your Minoltas? What the hell, dude? Okay. He says, I fixed the issue by adjusting the spring and wedging something in place. Okay. Interesting. Well, I think that's a good one to, that would be a good one for, like a good note for all the people modding their Leica Rs too. Because I'm pretty sure if it's the MC Mark III, like the MCX Record series, pretty sure those have the pretty damn near identical internal rigging and build of the Leica Rs. But that's good, man. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna mod them out to EF, or what is your plan with them? Are you gonna send them off to like one of the rehouse places? And also, I'm curious which ones you got. Like, what is the set you built? Ryan says, there's a dialogue in the movie that says delusion is a lie that tells the truth. Yeah, I like that. What, is that from the Suspiria movie or from the Kells one? Now I forget the name of it. Kess. Is your movie available on Mubi? And if yes, which countries? Oh, the one that we shot? I doubt it, dude. It's probably on YouTube. It's not anything like Suspiria, by the way. Hold on, let me plug in my computer real quick. It's not anything like Suspiria. It was just, we were using it as inspiration. Let me see if I can remember the name of it now. And this was a while ago. It's probably, honestly, like, I think that was back when I still had the Pocket 4K. So I can't, say that it was, I don't know how good of the shots were, to be quite frank. And also, like, I just don't know, like, how the short film turned out. Let me try to find it. I can't remember the name of that. This is my IMDb right here. See, this is what your IMDb looks like if you actually, been working for a while in the industry, Let me see if I can find the, what was the name of that one? Oh, man, what was it? The Podcast Ripper? I feel like it was this one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the director put it on YouTube. You want to see some weird, trippy shit, man. So I'm pretty sure this is the one that we were using for inspiration for Suspiria. I'm almost positive this is the movie. You can see it's only 7 minutes long, I think this is definitely on YouTube. Yeah, the podcast ripper. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is the one where certain shots we were being inspired by Suspiria. The originals, the 70s version, I think. I feel like, and I'm only saying I'm confused by this because I've done a few projects with that director producer, and it might have been something else I did for him, but I'm almost positive it's the podcast ripper. You can most probably definitely find it on YouTube. Let me see if we can find it on YouTube here. Let's see. Let's go to this real quick. Let's go to YouTube. I'm just curious to see if he put it on the YouTube. Whoops, did not mean to hit the microphone like that. Got a little bit of a weird setup going on here. Oh man, good luck finding that. It's yeah, you'd probably be searching for a while because, you know, it's not going to be like a viral video or anything. Funny enough, though, there is a short film that I shot that is insanely viral. It's called The Chair. You probably know these guys. They're pretty Insta famous. Yeah, look at this. It's got 7 million views. This is one I shot. Award-winning horror short film, The Chair. This is one of the first projects I shot when I got my red Komodo. Yeah, it's the That's a Bad Idea guys. This was before they were like super internet famous. This was one of Curry's first short film projects. And I am still a little annoyed by him to this day that he did not let me color grade this. You know, because I told him I would color grade it for free. And you can see how dark it is, right? Like, it's so insanely, like, obviously it's a horror film, but it wasn't, you know, it just would have been, I feel the color and exposure would have been more nuanced if I could have gotten the chance to color grade it, because well, obviously I shot it a certain way, right? And I shot it on the red Komodo. I was doing certain things, and honestly, for some of the stuff they were showing there, it's not bad. But there is a scene where there's like 2 cops in front of a window, and if you've seen the short or if you watch it, you'll see them. They're like sitting in front of a window, and they're insanely backlit to where they're basically just like silhouette. But when I saw the final cut, I was like, oh, dude, it's like, it's so bad. Whatever they did in the grade, like there's like an orb around the people that were silhouette. You know what I'm talking about when you see that, when it's like, so it's like they didn't know how to build the nuance, you know. And I captured it a certain way to where, you know, it's just, in my eyes, it's like a simple window, like a reverse window thing, you know, like bring down the curtains behind them and kind of even them out. You know, anyone that works in windows, but whatever, it's no big deal, dude. Like, they didn't even let me look at it, right? They didn't even let me look at it. They just put it out. They sent it to the festivals, and it's fine. You know, they did their own thing. You can see it's got plenty of laurels on it, 7 million views. Like, yeah, the message got across, but I just hate that when people don't, you know, let you even like take a peek at it, like, in terms of the color grading. I get so annoyed by it. And yeah, obviously this was like, I don't know, this says this has only been up for a year, but we shot this, I feel like, in like 2021 or something. We shot this a long time ago. And so I'm obviously still bothered by it. But yeah, it bothers me when people don't let me color grade something that I shot. It just really bums me out, man. Let me see if I can get caught up here on the chat real quick. He said, there's Suspiria 2018. Yo, congrats on the award. Thank you, Long Rider. Yeah, this is wild, dude. They gave me an award for a short film I shot last year. This was from the what's this from? The Hollywood Real Independent Film Festival. That's honestly that's a pretty decent one, honestly. The Hollywood Real Independent. So I'm actually quite surprised. You know, most of the things, because this is very ultra low budget, this movie that we did. But yeah, so I got a little award. It says Justin Phillip DP under there. You're probably not gonna be able to see that. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool they did that. Oh yeah, so that one is called Rock Island Prison 1864. It's not available to stream anywhere because it's still being submitted to festivals and stuff. So yeah, thank you, man. That was really cool too. Have you watched Kanoa, A Shameful Memory? Kanoa, damn, Ryan's like a movie head, huh? Let's see what he's talking about here. Let's pull this up real quick. I'm always curious about a good A Shameful Memory, 1976, man. He's got all the 70s ones here. This is a Phillip. Oh, yeah, that poster does look familiar to me. This poster looks very familiar to me, actually. Yeah, I've seen this before. I have not seen the movie, but I have seen that poster. Cinematographer Alex Phillips Jr. Oh, he shot Zapata, right? Zapata. Ah, yeah, that's badass. I actually have seen the Zapata movie because I was obsessed with Zapata and Che Guevara and all the revolutionaries in when I was in college, and I did a big paper on Zapata and Che Guevara. My fave Jack Nicholson movie is Passenger 1970. The vibe is so pleasant to blend in. Not sure if I remember that one. How do you think it will go using the Minolta lenses with some GM Sony zoom lenses for convenience? I wouldn't worry about that at all. Dude, I'm always hodgepodging lenses. Like, we've been shooting this pilot all weekend. Shout out to Anthony Pavone and his crew. But yeah, I've been that's the director. I'm the DP on it, but I wouldn't worry about it, dude. Like, on that one, I've been combining the Nisi Athenas with the Sony servo zoom lens, and we even got some Leica R's in there. We got even the 50 mil 1.2 light lens lab. Like, I'm just hodgepodge. I'm like the lens hodgepodge maniac, dude. I don't even care anymore, dude. Like, I don't even care. And it's funny because I did that whole like video about the Minolta Rocors, and you know, kind of throwing shade at those lens rehouse companies because like so many of the Minoltas don't match. And now it's like, you know, that was like maybe like what, 2-3 years ago when I did that video, and I'm like, I don't even care anymore, dude. I'm just mixing and matching tons of shit. I think, like, you know, as long as you're pretty good at like getting the color chart for those different lenses, I don't think you have a problem with it, right? Because it's really just like a difference of contrast and saturation, right? In my opinion, right? And obviously sharpness, but you can kill sharpness. Like, and honestly, like, not just sharpness, but saturation and even contrast. Like, those three things, you can dull those down with it. Like, if you choose the right filtration, you know, like, I feel like you can even get it pretty damn close in camera on the day with the right kind of filters, you know, honestly. So I wouldn't sweat it that bad. Yeah, mix and match. Who cares, man? I do it all the time. Yo, HPB, thanks, man. Congrats for the short film award. Thank you, bro. What do you think why a lot of modern movies have this flat, high dynamic range, desaturated look? For example, like the show Disclaimer on Apple TV. I haven't watched Disclaimer yet. I guess we can pull out some images of it and see what you're talking about. But no, I haven't watched this movie yet. I know the one you're talking about, obviously, but I mean, I think I know what you're saying because let's see what he's talking about here. Let's see. Let's look at this. These are going to be posters. CGI. Oh, we did watch this show. We watched Disclaimer. That was the show about the book. Oh yeah, we did watch this show. You know, I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice what you're talking about. HBP. I actually loved the look of this show. I really did. Let's see. What are you saying about it now? He said, modern movies have this flat, high dynamic range, desaturated look. I don't know. You know, I have a hue deficiency in my eyeballs, so this to me looks good. Like, this looks normal to me, quite honestly. Like, but also I think like there's different worlds at play in this show, because we did watch this show actually. I watched so much shit. I forgot that we watched this. But honestly, like, I don't know. I think they did a really good job of like splitting up like the past with the present, and, like, different time frames that they're jumping back and forth with, and like going from like the novel to like the real life. And I don't know. I don't mind. I actually enjoy it, quite honestly. Like, I love the way it looks. And there was a lot of people saying that about like the Penguin too. Like, a lot of people hated the way the Penguin looked. I love it. Like, but again, like, I don't do well with like a lot of colors, and like when things are like, I don't know, my eyes are so weird where I've gotten to the point where I think like there's like a part of me mentally that has gone mute or like deaf to colors, if that makes any sense, because I've just kind of like given up trying to figure out what's what. Like, it's so hard for me. So now I've just kind of like gotten into the mind frame of just like light and shadow, where I just try to like identify light and shadow, and I don't even try to think about the colors. I mean, it's because it's just too difficult. So the most that I can do is just like, you know, whoever I have on set with me, like whoever's on my camera team, I'll just be like, yo, like, does the skin tones look normal? You know what I mean? And then like, I'll just go by their eye, and obviously with the color chart up and maybe like the vector scope up on a monitor. And I just try to dial all that in, like off the chart, off the vector scope, and then obviously having a second eye and just be like, dude, if these skin tones look good, let's roll. You know what I mean? Like, because I just don't have the eyeball for it. Like, I just don't. And so that's why I have been drifting a lot towards black and white film for my analog photography, because and a part of it sucks because like I do not see the world in black and white. Like I just don't see, like, you know, there's a lot of black and white shooters that are like, I just see the world like this. It's like, I don't. But the problem is like the way I see the world, like people are not into it. And we've seen that plenty enough times on this channel where, you know, I mean, people let me know when the colors are not good, you know? So, because of that, like, I really wish I could find like a way to figure out how to start doing the color grade. Like I wish I could marry the two worlds, you know what I mean? Like I wish I could figure out to be like, no, this is how it looks to me, and make it like pleasant to at least 50% of the audience, right? And then I think I'd be in a good spot. And the reason why I say this is because, you know, you look at someone like Nicholas Refn. Nicholas Refn is one of my favorite filmmakers of all time, right? And he's the creator of Drive, okay? Nicholas Winding Refn, right? So this guy, he did Drive, Only God Forgives. His movies are insane, but Drive is hands down one of my favorite movies of all time. Newton Thomas Sigel is one of my favorite DPs of all time. He also shot Cherry. Cherry's a crazy movie. But the way Drive is, you know, the colors are pretty wild. It's certainly in Only God Forgives, super saturated colors, but this is a direct example of Nicholas Winding Refn, because this director, he actually has the same hue deficiency that I have. And so I wish I could figure it out the way he has, you know what I mean? In terms of how he has gotten to this point where he is making the images, one, the way he sees them, but two, he's brought it to a level where the audience isn't like, oh my God, this looks crazy. You know what I mean? So that to me is like a goal of mine, and I don't know how to go about doing that. What up, Robert 18 Productions? He says, I don't know if anyone ever asked, but what made you transition from acting to cinematography work? Are you still acting? I think the last thing I acted in was a voiceover movie for Lionsgate. It was this, you can see it, it's on Apple TV. It's my voice. I'm the main character. It's this one right here, The Adventures of ARI, my robot friend. It came out during the pandemic, which is cool. So my whole family was able to like stream it and watch it when nobody was doing jack shit. And that was the last thing I did. But even though it came out in 2020, I think I was in the recording booth for it, like in, I want to say like maybe 2018, maybe 2017 even. And I'm pretty sure that was the last acting thing I did. I mean, it's voice acting, right? So, I would love to, I'm trying to make another short film. So that's how DOGTIMES Productions came about. Like my production company like came about in 2016 because I was producing, co-writing with my wife and acting in short films. And like, but I was like the executive producer on them, but I was also like one of the main actors. And that was what I was doing in the beginning. And they're all on Amazon Prime too. I'm sure you guys know Wolf Game, You Have Arrived. And so I'm trying to do another one of those. But it's like a cowboy movie. It involves horses, and it's a way more, it's a little bit more intricate and complex. And we had one of our main producers kind of back out on that, so that kind of fell apart. And but that's something I'm working on. Like the main reason I quit acting is because I kept getting these roles that were like roles that I didn't want to do anymore. You know, like a lot of like cliche stuff. Like I was playing a cop, like I played a cop, so I can't tell you how many times I played a cop. I did like if I wasn't playing a cop, I was just playing like, you know, your, what's it called, like average Joe, like Joe next door kind of thing. It was just like this bullshit stuff, and I'm like, dude, like the stuff that I wanted to be doing, the problem is I don't look like that, you know. And that's just how big boy Hollywood is. You know, everything is really more about the way you look than like than your talent, quite honestly, in my opinion. And so I just got so burnt out on that, and I was like, I could keep doing commercials for a long time, and yeah, commercials pay hella good, but no, dude, I'm not trying to do that anymore. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, I don't give a fuck about selling bullshit. Like, I don't know, man. There was something inside me that just like stopped. Like, the passion and the love for acting just died. I just woke up one day and I was like, dude, I don't want to do this anymore. And it was crazy because that's what I did for like 20, I think like 20 years, honestly. Like, that's all I ever wanted to do. And yeah, I don't know what to blame it on. I don't know if I should blame it on like LA or like just blame it on like, you know, the fact like typecasting. Like, I don't know, like my goal though, like my dream, it's not a goal, but I think like something that could realistically happen for me, because I had a management team, I had commercial agents, theatrical agents, like I was all suited up, man. Like and it's like, you can go to my IMDb. I've been in plenty of stuff. And so like, I was just like, I think something that could be cool that I would still be open to is like doing like a Christoph Waltz thing, you know, like he came back like when he was like 50 years old. And I would love to do something like that, like come back when I'm a lot older, a lot more like mature, but I don't know, it's taking me forever to get matured, but but like at some point, like I would love to do that, like come back as an older actor and just finally be able to play the roles that I want to and just start crushing it. But I'm not gonna do that. Like I basically, that's why I don't act anymore, because like I got so super selective about the roles that I was, you know, going out for and stuff like that. But that's really why. Hey Justin, did you see Matthew Fessel win an Emmy? I did. Sean Meyer, what's up, dude? How do you know Matt Fessel? Wait, hold on, sorry. Sean, hold on. Do I know you, dude? Sorry, I'm really bad with names, guys. Everybody was making fun of me on set this weekend because people were like, I always know when Justin doesn't know someone's name because he'll just say, hey, my friend, can you move forward here, my friend? And because I feel like a dick too about that. Like, I don't know why, but names are so hard for me to get in my brain. Sean Meyer, huh? I don't know. Have we worked together, dude? Let's see. Do we have connections, bro? Let's see. Oh yeah, we both worked together on Shadow March. Sorry, my dude. See, I'd have to see your face, man. I have to see your face. But yeah, shout out to Sean. Yeah, I did see that actually. I saw that on his Facebook. That was crazy. So he's talking about this guy right here, Matthew Festel. He did sound on, he's actually one of the producers of that Shadow March. So that's a feature film. Shadow March was a feature film. Let's take a step back here real quick, just so everybody can follow along. So this movie right here is the movie that me and Sean Meyer worked together on. This is Shadow March, the feature film. This was the second feature film that I shot. The first feature film I did on the Red Komodo. But I'm really stoked about this movie. And I've gotten some pretty good reviews about this too, like some people reviewing my cinematography work. And you can watch this. This is streaming a lot of places. Anyways, so yes, Matthew Fessel, as you can see here, is one of the writers on it. So he went on to be a sound designer, like a mixer and editor, sound editor. And yeah, so he just won an Emmy. That's right. That's badass, dude. Yo, Red Moon Tide 2020 is a rich movie as well. Red Moon Tide 2020. Dude, he's got all them. Let's see what you're talking about. Red Moon Tide. This one, I don't know if I know this one. Oh, this is a Spanish film? I hate it when IMDb does it. In a village where the sea and the moon are near, there was a monster, 3 witches, many ghosts, and a shipwrecked man. No, I don't know this one. Lua Verme. Okay. Is it subtitles, though? I'm not huge into subtitles. I know, I'm a fucking ignorant white guy. I don't know what it is about. I don't know what it is about subtitle movies. It's hard for me to pay attention. Is watching Kairos Sami movies a part of the process at film school? I don't know who that is either. So probably not the film school I went to. Maybe, I don't know. Now you got me searching all this stuff, bro. Let me see. Cairo, what is it? Hold on. I gotta type this, and I can only type with one hand right now. Kairostami. This guy right here? I don't know if I watched any of his stuff. Abbas Kiarostami? Is that who you're talking about? I don't think I've seen any of his movies. I don't know any of these. No, I don't think we watched any of these. None of these look familiar to me. No, I don't think so, dude. Not me. Sorry, what award did you win, brother? Oh, they get the Hollywood. What is it called? Hollywood Real Independent Film Festival. Got the award there. It was a best dramatic short. So, and we all got these fancy glass trophies. I got one as the cinematographer, and then the director got one. And then she said someone else got one too, probably the producers. His Pusher series is great. Yeah, I guess that's the one he did the sound design on, Pusher. Did you ever visit a country in Europe, and would you ever like to do a project overseas one day? Yes, dude, 100%. Like the thing that we did last summer, where I was doing like the street photography documentary thing, I covered 11,000 miles in like 2 months, documented 14 cities. That's my new Instagram and YouTube, the Freeway Life. I would love one day, because I'm trying to get back out on the road before this summer. Hopefully, I don't know, we'll see. But hopefully, the plan is at least by May to be gone out of here, dude. I'm so done. But maybe like if that could expand and yeah, start going outside of America. I mean, I've definitely been out of America. I studied at the Stanislavski's Moscow Art Theater School. I went to school in Russia at the Mahat in 2009, and then I've been all over Spain as well. I partied with Adrian Brody and on the Mediterranean when I was working. I was not working, but I was a student in Spain. That was back in like '06. And then obviously Canada. I've been to Canada and Portugal and stuff like that. But yeah, I've never been to like Europe. I've never been to England. I've never been to Australia. I've never been to like any of those cool ass places. I would definitely love that. That would be amazing. JP, YouTube cop, what's up, bro? Jeff Fagan. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I've definitely played my fair share of police officers. Jeff Fagan is in the house. Make sure you guys give his channel some love. Henry Evans, what's your favorite kind of interview setup, A and B cam? I don't know. Honestly, what's surprising me is that I've been using the A7C Mark II as a B cam next to my FX6. And we've been doing that on the pilot. We started shooting this pilot this weekend, and yeah. Shout out to Jimmy Grove, my camera operator, first AC guy. I gave him the A7C Mark II, gave him a Leica R 90mm Summicron. I was like, dude, just get details, dude. And he just shot it up all day, and it's pretty good. You know, it's got the S-Log3 S-Cam at 3.cine. You know, it obviously can't jump to that high ISO of the FX6. It doesn't have as good of a codec as the FX6, but you know, for details, hands, you know, ECU stuff, it's fine. I don't think I would have a problem with it as an interview setup. Who cares? A7C Mark II. Now that's because the FX6 is the A cam. I think that's a solid option. I actually do prefer the A7C Mark II over the FX30, even though the FX30 has more like cooler like IO and video features. I would much rather prefer the full frame. Much rather prefer the full frame. That the A7C2 has. Yeah, for sure. Are you leaving Los Angeles? Nah, dude, never. No, not for good. No. LA will always be the home base. I just like, you know, we started that traveling thing last year, and like I'm just hooked now, dude. Like it's so awesome. Like when you're gone and you're just like traveling, you're just like, you don't feel like the daily like stress. You don't feel like, it's just like, I feel like just like the you know, the game of being a freelancer just adds so much stress, and like just daily, it's too much, dude. And it's like, but when you're out on the road, it's like you don't have anyone to answer to, you know, it's just you on the road. And then even if like, you know, if your money gets low, you just hunker down and hang out till the funds get replenished, and then you're back out on it. You know, it's awesome, dude. And it's good to just see what's going on with other little cultures within your own country, and just see what other little towns and cities are doing. I actually love the weird little abandoned towns. I love those more than like the big cities. As much as like Chicago was awesome, Boston was awesome, but like the little towns are so rad. There's just like, it's just weird shit, man. I should pull up some of the stuff. Oh, I gotta get the drive. I have so much stuff to share, and like we're so far behind on that other YouTube channel. We've only put out one full length episode so far, just because it's so far behind. But like, but I think I've shared most of the photos on definitely my Instagram, but I've been a little bit more selective on the new Instagram is so it's the Freeway Life on my other Instagram, that the more like photography based Instagram, because that's what I decided to finally like split it up. Like I'm gonna split up the photography from the video, and so that's what I did. So I created a whole new Instagram page and stuff. But I'll try to get the drive. We can look at some crazy ass photos of like small ass towns. Are you making a drive back to Florida anytime soon? Yeah, dude, probably 100%. Because I have family down there. Like, I mean, you know, Jeff, I grew up down there. So I'll definitely be going back to Florida. That'll definitely be one of the destinations this summer, 100%. You'd have to remind me what area you're in, but I mean, I grew up all over. Like my family is in Lake County, but I also have family in Orlando area, and even way down south, like Cape Coral. I almost said Cape Canaveral, but it's Cape Coral, Fort Myers area. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm 100% gonna be back in Florida, dude. Texas has a lot of those towns. Yeah, I know. We went through a lot of Texas, dude. We got caught in hailstorms in Texas. I saw some crazy shit in Texas, dude. Texas was cool. We didn't actually stay there and truly document part of Texas, because like we were on a mission, and that's what episode 2 is going to be out. So you guys, please, if you haven't yet, go check out at the Freeway Life on YouTube and Instagram for that matter, but definitely on YouTube. The first episode is out. The first episode was just about Echo Park here in LA, but episode 2 is getting very close, and when we put that out, that's about like how we came to get the RV, because it was a bit of a journey just to get the RV. I had to go from LA all the way to Florida to get this RV that my uncle bought for us. I was paying him back. It's not like it was a free gift or anything, but like I had him get it for us because it was such a good deal. But then all this drama happened because we later found out why it was such a good deal, right? But again, it was a 1996 Catalina RV, you know. So, yeah, it was wild, dude. It was gnarly, man. Yo, is Nisi is going to release new primes? Did you hear about that? Are you talking about the Athena tuned? They're releasing something newer than the Athena tuned? Because I did a whole video on the Athena tuned, if that's what you're talking about. But if you're talking about something else, they haven't told me anything, and I feel like they would have. Let's see. Yeah, because see, there's the Athena tuned. Do they have a blog or something? You'll have to send me whatever you have, because they haven't sent me anything. So yeah, that would be interesting to see what you're talking about. Oh, Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, we could get over there for sure, dude. But we have a place in Ponce Inlet near Daytona. Oh, cool. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Dude, my little nephew is in Fort Lauderdale right now for spring break. That's funny. He said it's wild down there right now. Is that right? Is it getting crazy down there right now? Yeah, look at all these. I'll tell you what, on the Pilot, man, the 40 mil and the 85 mil we've been using the most. And honestly, I use that 85 way more than I thought I would. Yeah, dude, I use this 85 way more. I got the PL mount, of course, but I think I'm gonna probably have to add the 25. I wish they had a 28, man. I really wish they had a 28 mil. That's like one of my favorite focal lengths. It's annoying. Bro, it's crazy. Too crazy. Really? Like always crazy, or only crazy right now because of spring break? Because I don't even remember Fort Lauderdale being that nuts. I feel like back in the day, Fort Lauderdale was kind of chill. Like when I was coming up, like Daytona was the crazy place. Like Daytona was like really nuts. But yeah, anyways, what are we gonna do on here? I was gonna like bring up Petapixel. It's been a while since we talked shit about some stuff going on. Yeah, I saw this too. Canon, did you guys see this? Canon commits to continuing in-house sensor development. Christopher Duran, what up, buddy? Missed a couple. Glad to be catching this one. Yeah, dude, what up, man? Oh, yeah, crazy because of spring break. Yeah, that makes sense. Because I feel like Fort Lauderdale, man, I don't know. I feel like for some reason in my brain, like that was more of like a retirement town. But I'm sure things have changed. I'm talking like, what, like late 90s. I'm sure a lot's changed. Yeah, so I saw something about this Canon committing to do their in-house sensors. That's good. More companies need to do this. You know what I mean? Because look at this, like a Sony semiconductor, rather than develop their own in-house. Because Sony is making so many sensors. But more people need to do that. Red were doing that. I don't think they're doing that anymore. Yeah, and then SmallRig put out this new fan for the R5 Mark II. And then I saw this, hide an AirTag on your Sony camera with the AlphaGuard body cap. Guys, I feel like Simod Lens were the very first ones to do this. Simod Lens did this like as soon as AirTags came out. like Ron was on it, dude. Because he sent me like an engraved metal DOGTIMES one. Like I was like, whoa, this is crazy. I was like, what is this? And he was like, open it up. And then that's what I saw. I'm like, oh, I didn't even have AirTags back then. Like that's how he was on it, And it's like, wow, people are just now making these things. Dude, he was doing that like 3 years ago. Yo, Justin, how do you see AI affecting the film industry? Dude, I feel like everyone talks about this every time. I feel like it's just gonna destroy everything. I mean, honestly, I do. Like, what were we watching? We saw a documentary where they put the so the guy that they were making the documentary about, he was dead. Like he was gone. And they were able to take a movie, or no, they found like these training tapes of his. And they were able to pull his voice from the training videos. Oh, it was his audiobook. Oh, it was an audiobook. That's what it was. It was an audiobook. So they were able to pull because he read his own audiobook. So they were able to pull all that audio. And then there was like a training video that he was acting in. And they were able to take that training video with his like body sitting at a desk and his voice from the audiobook. And they were able to totally change his body and his voice, but keep his voice, but like change the words that were coming out of his voice to fit their script. So now you had him sitting behind the desk talking, and you could tell it was a little weird. It was like a little weird looking, but it sounded flawless. So they got the voice on point. But the way it looked, but what they did to like help it out, they kept throwing this like glitch effect over it. Man, I wish I could remember what documentary that was. The Pop Boy. Yeah, the Pop Boys. It was on Netflix, right? Yeah, I think it was it's about the guy that was like the manager, or like the founder, the guy that's like credited for putting NSYNC together and Backstreet Boys together. Dirty Pop. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's called Dirty Pop. You should, go check out that document. What is it? Lou Pearlman. That was his name? Lou Pearlman. So Lou Pearlman is the guy that died. It's all about him. And yeah, they use AI in it. That's the craziest way I've seen them use AI yet. Where I was like, what the hell, dude? So check that out, Dirty Pop, if you haven't seen that yet. But yeah, so I mean, that's the way we're going. They're not going to need anybody anymore. You know what I mean? They're not going to need, and that was the whole point of the SAG strike, right? Like and here's the thing, like the deal barely changed. So they were striking against this crazy deal, and I know because I'm in SAG, right? And so like then when the new deal came out, I'm like, this isn't much different. Like not really anything changed. So I don't even understand why they even settled for that new deal. But I mean, obviously, like they had to cave because in the industry, people had to go back to work. You know what I'm saying? So like you have they're gonna strong arm you, like the powers to be. So it's like, but yeah, I mean, so if they can do that with that guy, they can do that with anyone. And that was the whole point of like trying to protect people against that. And it's like, nah, dude, it's game over, dude. There's so many ways to get around it. There's so many loopholes, especially if you just read the SAG contracts. You're like, dude, there's so many loopholes in this. This is crazy. This is just crazy. It's definitely less sleepy now. Way younger, early 20s to late 40s. Yeah, Fort Lauderdale, yeah. He said, for the love of God, forget about resolution and frame rates. Go back to focusing on light capture, large pixels, and image quality. Yeah. What you talking about, dude? In terms of sensors, I mean. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't care if Sony makes sensors. I mean, that's all I shoot on is Sony cameras. But I'm just saying, like, I think it would be more unique and beneficial to the industry if each camera company figured out how to make their own sensors. That's all I'm saying. Like, because that's the point of film, right? You have all these different film stocks, you know, and it's like the equivalent of film stocks is the digital sensor, right? But if only one company, Sony, is making every single sensor for every camera brand, we don't get different film stocks anymore. We just get the Sony look with like some other different filter in front of it. It's like, what the fuck's the point in that, right? You might as well just buy a fucking Sony camera. You know, it's like that's my whole point. It's like, why can't more of these companies figure out how to make their own sensors and not worry? Or go back to what they were doing in the early 2000s, get Kodak back in the game and say, hey man, Kodak, man, let's make some sensors that fit these kind of film stocks and shit. Now that would be wild. And, you know, Fujifilm's already been doing that. But the weird thing is like they don't want to make full frame cameras, which I don't understand that either. You know, I think their logic is like, it'll take away from, you know, we have medium format. This is Fuji speaking, right? So Fuji has medium format, and then they have APS-C, but they don't do full frame. And I guess their logic is like they're worried about killing their APS-C market or whatever. It's like, nah, dude. Like, people that love the super compactness of like Super 35, they're obviously still gonna choose those cameras, right? If you're worried about that, don't make every camera under the sun, right? Just make like 1 or 2 full frame cameras. I don't see what the harm would be. Yeah, you see this? Godox has got a new light. Godox's new monolight for photo and video promises power and portability. It doesn't look very portable to me. Look at the size of that thing. Looks like a 1200D wannabe. Still Brazy. What up, Justin? Happy St. Patty's Day. Yeah, dude. What am I up to tonight? Nothing, man. I'm just trying to relax tonight. We've been shooting all weekend, 12-hour days. It was pretty nuts yesterday. We had full, probably more, but by the time I got home, I think, you know, I woke up at 5 a.m. yesterday, and I think I got home about, what was it? Probably about 9:30, maybe something like that. So yeah, dude, I'm just chilling, man. I don't, but I don't consume, anymore anyway. So yeah, I don't really do the wildlife anymore. I leave that up for the youngins. Robert 18 Productions says it's nice to see someone who also likes the 28mm focal length. It gets way too much hate. Does it get hate? I didn't know it gets hate. Like, in the street life, I feel like in the street photography world, that's all anybody wants to shoot is a 28. You know, that's the whole reason why the Leica Q camera has the 28mm. But in the cinema world, I never heard of that. I didn't know people were hating on it that much, other than people not making a 28, if that's what you mean. Yeah, then yeah, it does get hate. We haven't seen anyone put out like a 28mm in a while, have we? Yeah, that's a bummer. It seems like we had it better in terms of image quality when camera companies were still trying to convince DPs to switch from film to digital, and I feel like it was reflected in the images. Hold up. What are you saying, Chris? When camera companies were still trying to convince DPs to switch from film to digital, and I feel like it was reflected in the images. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. You would need to give me a good reference for that, like movie or yeah, like give me a good reference movie for that, because I don't know. I feel like when they were first making that switch, things still weren't looking too great because I feel like the guys were used to lighting for film. But I mean, it is possible that the digital sensors were still garbage back then, so they had to like still light it up kind of wild. But I don't know. You'd have to give me a reference for that, because I don't know if I 100% agree with what you're saying. Yo, Orange says, engineer here. Outsourcing manufacturing doesn't mean outsourcing the engineering and design of the sensor. Like if you invent a new coffee machine but have a factory in Detroit machine the parts. Is that right? Even with the sensor? So you're saying like if I was building a camera and I didn't know how to make the sensor, and I say, hey, Sony, give me the sensor. But then what would I put on, what could I do to the sensor to make it my own? I guess that's what I can't wrap my brain around. Like, what are these companies doing so special to the sensor to where you can't tell it's a Sony sensor? Does that make sense? Like, what are they doing? And if so, my brain then would go, if they can do that, then why can't they just make their own fucking sensor? You know what I mean? Like, that's what my brain can't wrap around. Christopher says, early days of digital cameras, Sony F-35, for example, Zodiac. Zodiac? No way, dude. No way. There's no way Zodiac was shot on that. I thought Zodiac was shot on film, bro. I think Zodiac is shot on film. 2007, David Fincher. No, because David Fincher doesn't shoot on film. Maybe you're right. Let's see. Let's see if it tells us what they shot this on. No, dude. Arriflex 435 Easies. Yeah, dude. Film. Arriflex. Yeah, they shot this on film. Weird. I thought Fincher didn't shoot on film, but no, I'm thinking of David Lynch. David Lynch doesn't shoot it. Didn't. Rest in peace. Didn't shoot on film. Well, as soon as digital happened, he like completely abandoned film. But no. Zodiac is definitely film. That's what I thought. The new Nisi primes will be unveiled at NAB 25. Oh man, I'm gonna have to message those guys because they didn't tell me anything about that. Where'd you hear about that from, HBP? Please share with us whatever you saw floating around, or did you was it word of mouth? It wasn't. I was saying early examples of digital. Thompson Viper, brother. Thompson Viper. Oh, I see what you're saying. Are you saying that during that period is when movies looked better? Just in general. Like, I see what you're saying. Yeah, maybe. You might, I mean, you might be onto something there. Possibly. I mean, then again, this is early 2000s, so I just feel like every generation just has a different way of doing things, right? And right now is just kind of that place of, like what I was saying about the penguin thing, like people are just fucking going dark, man. Like that's what's hot right now. People are just going to lean into stuff, and then this will burn out, this will fade out, and then it'll be who knows what else, it'll be something different. But no, I think I know it, because this would have been like Zodiac would have been like the same time frame as American Beauty, and you're talking like what, Conrad Hall, like one of the greats. Yeah, movies don't really look like that anymore. It's just different, isn't it? I know. I was thinking about that too after shooting all weekend. I'm like, dude, none of these frames are like, because like you think about like I think the great you guys want to know what I think is one of the greatest movies. Whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to knock the microphone like that. One of the greatest movies for like a cinematography what's it called? Masterclass. It's a Deakins film, surprise, surprise. But this is one that not a lot of people talk about. Do you know what it's going to be? Do you know which one it's going to be? It's honestly one of the best films that he has ever shot. It just looks, I mean, every single frame is just straight up a painting. And I'm not even like, it's like no bullshit. Let me try to find it. Do you know which one I'm talking about? Where is it now? The Goldfinch. The Goldfinch. This movie is just a gorgeous film, man. This movie is insanely good. This movie is so underrated, too. Nobody talks about this movie. Not as much as they should. The Goldfinch. This is a cinematography masterclass. Just every frame, dude. But anyways, I was thinking about movies like this, compared to the shit that I do. The frames that I make. I'm not talking about the content. I'm just talking about like the frames that I try to make. And I'm just like, nah, dude, my shit doesn't even come close to this, But, a lot of it is the reality of, let's see, like what was the budget of this thing? $45 million. Yeah, well, the shit that I'm doing doesn't even have $50,000, let alone 45 million. Holy shit, this movie lost a lot of money. Maybe that's why no one's talking about it. Wow, that's too bad. Let's see. Some definitely license improve on modifications to existing sensors, but others collaborate with a manufacturer from the start to build a sensor, since the manufacturing is so expensive. Oh, I see. So for whatever reason, Sony has some crazy technology that Canon doesn't have or whatever. And then so they're like, they have to collaborate with Sony to make them a sensor. And then, so that's what Leica had to do for the M11 and all this. I don't know, man. I just have a hard time believing that. Like I have a hard time, like, these corporations have so much money. You know what I mean? Like, you're telling me that they can't just like hire their own engineers and just like, let's make our own sensor. We're fucking Canon. We're fucking Leica, dude. Especially Leica. You know what I mean? Like, these guys can't like make their own sensors. I just like, I can't wrap my mind around that. Like, they have all these other engineers to like, you know, they like Leica, again, they have like the best optics engineers, like they're making literally the best optics for glass. And they don't care to like figure out how to hire engineers to make their own sensor. It's just weird to me. Like, my brain just cannot wrap around that. Like, what makes Sony so special? Because yeah, I guess they have way more money, right? Because they make like every electronic under the sun. So I guess that Sony, it would make sense because they just have buku bucks, like billions of dollars. And then so they're just like, yeah, we're going to make our own sensor and make every other camera company buy it. But not Arri, right? Arri's somehow doing it. Arri's making their own sensor. Or they're like sourcing it from a very discrete source. Do we know where they get it from? That's a good question. Where does Arri buy their sensors? Do you know that one, Orange? Where does Arri buy their sensors? Because I think that's a valid take, right? Like, the manufacturer behind Arri Alexa's onsemi, an American semiconductor supplier company. Onsemi. They must be super expensive to work with. So like, why can't, you know, like, that would be the thing. Like, but I see what you're saying. Like, it's a different world, right? Like, just because you can make a camera doesn't mean you can make a sensor. I get it. Like, you know, I'm not a complete fucking moron, but like, I don't know. The film was just used for the slow-mo. Haha, never mind. Too hard to keep up with the dialogue. No, I know what you're saying. Zodiac was shot on Thompson Viper, one of the first feature films shot on digital. Why did it say Arriflex, though? It said Arriflex, didn't it? Arri makes their own sensors, and they're a relatively small company in the world of sensor tech. Yeah, but clearly they don't, though, according to this. But they're probably in cahoots with this onsemi company, you know? They're probably in cahoots with them. The manufacturing of imaging sensors requires such an amount of... This is a train. The manufacturing of imaging sensors requires such an amount of perfection to the smallest measurable surface area. I think that is the issue. Engineering is more math, physics, theory than machining. Yeah, I understand. I get it. That's why it always makes sense to use a Sony mirrorless body with Leica M glass. No, but I heard, I don't know. From the rumors that I hear and the tests that I've seen, Sony sensors are not optimized for Leica M glass because of the way the M lenses are made specifically for the rangefinder system, and not every mirrorless camera can, like, so in other words, usually when you use like an M glass on a Sony sensor, it's gonna be gnarly vignetting, it's gonna be gnarly like aberrations and color fringing all around the outside of the image on the outer frame, because it's, you know, those lenses are optimized for the rangefinder actually. No worries either way. Just my 2 cents working in a related field. Yeah, no, I get it. I know, I totally get it. It's just like crazy to me that, no, I get it. It's beyond my scope anyways. I'm a fucking idiot, dude. Like, it's way beyond my IQ. Sorry, I had to step out. Did I miss my A7 IV question response, or in general, turning a full frame camera into a primarily Super 35 for video work? Wait, what? Yeah, I didn't even see that question, Chris. Did I miss my A7 IV question response, or in general, turning a full frame camera into primarily Super 35? I don't know. You're gonna have to clarify that. You mean doing like crop mode? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. You'd have to clarify that one. Hold on. So let's back up here. He said that the Thompson thing. Okay. Because this said it. Oh, which one are you guys talking about? Are you talking about this one? You're talking about the original Zodiac? Nobody even knows about that movie. I'm talking about the real one, dude. I'm talking about the real Zodiac, the David Fincher Zodiac. That's what you guys are talking about, right? Because look, down here it says Arriflex. Oh, no, you're right. Right there it is. Thompson Viper film stream camera. What the hell? Shot on both? Thompson Viper film stream camera. I don't even know what the hell that is. Let's look this up. We're in film school today, boys. Thompson Viper film stream. Sorry, I got to type with one hand, one finger. Let's see. Let's get an image of this thing. Weird. So it's both? Is it like a hybrid thing? It's like half film, half digital? What the hell is this thing? Let's see. Okay, so Fincher Zodiac was shot on the Viper. Yeah, I guess. But what? I'm so confused, guys. I don't understand any of this stuff. So this Arriflex, right? Arriflex, I thought Arriflex was its own camera. So they shot on both these cameras, or somehow they combined the Viper with the Arriflex. I'm so confused. First low light beast. The Thompson Viper? Okay, the film was used for slow-mo and maybe some low-light stuff. Oh, you're saying when they shot on film... I'm confused. Film was... Okay. Film was used for the slow-mo, I believe. Someone else... Okay, I see. Yeah, so it is... They did shoot it at like half film, half digital, right? Is that what you're saying? On the A7 IV, to not even think about 4K 60 crop, just use APS-C lenses for video work, or is the FX3 simply the move? To not even think about 4K 60 crop, just use APS-C lenses? Oh, because the A7 IV crops in? So you would just, I don't know, do you already have a bunch of APS-C glass? Then I think that's the smarter move. Like if you already have the glass, then yeah, just shoot 4K 60 with the APS-C glass. But if you don't have APS-C glass, and you would rather invest in APS-C glass than an FX3, that's not a good move, not in my opinion, right? I mean, honestly, I don't think buying APS-C glass is ever a good investment. I've never done that. Even when I had like Micro Four Thirds cameras, I never bought Micro Four Thirds glass. I can't say never. I had the little pancake. I had the, what did I have? I had the Lumix 14 mil pancake, and then I had the Lumix 20 mil pancake because they were like this big, right? So I had those, but that was like the extent of it. Like I've always, I would say always go full frame glass, always. Are you a real anarchist? Yeah, I think so. I do believe so. Let's see. He said, Frame Voyager has a great video about the camera. Okay, I'll check that out. That's what's up. Yeah, I know those guys. No, am I a real anarchist? No, like I'm not out here like, you know, like paintballing the city hall or something. But like I just naturally, I mean, I'm sure if you guys subscribe to the channel, I mean, it doesn't take much to figure out. Like, I am a lone wolf. You know what I mean? Like, I march to the beat of my own drum. I always have. I always will. I don't. Like, if there's a crowd doing something really cool, that's the last thing I want to do. You know what I mean? Like I've been that way my whole life, right? Like, if there's like a group of people moving, like migrating towards something, I'm usually going the opposite way. And in that aspect, I would say, yeah, I'm an anarchist in the sense of I don't want to be doing what everyone else thinks I should be doing or like thinks that they should be doing. I guess it's more just like saying like, yeah, he's a rebel, but like it is also usually to my own detriment without me even caring. You know, like I don't care. Right? Like as long as I'm not doing the cool thing, I am more pleased with myself. Still Brazy, if you are interested, Fred Miranda and Phillip Reeves go over the issue of using Leica M lenses on Sony E-mount sensors. 100%, dude. Phillip Reeves' website is so good and so thorough. And honestly, man, he is one of the reasons why I eventually did sell the Leica M10. Because he was just so... like the way he points out, like, yeah, you got to go check. Yeah, just check out his website, man. But he has a great article on there about Sony's versus M10s. Not just in general Sony. It was like a specific thing about, you know, just the reality of the Leica digital rangefinder, which really is like, and then that was kind of like the inspiration for the video that I did on my 1-year review of the Leica M10, if you guys haven't seen that yet. Yeah, I absolutely love Phillip's website, man. All right. Do you ever look into occult or spiritual teachings? No. No. None of that. Let's see. Waiting to see what the S1H Mark II looks like. Yeah, you know, I saw something really rad that they what Lumix, it was a Lumix and Sammy's camera collab, what they did recently. Let me see if I can pull this up now, dude. If you guys are into skateboarding, Sammy's camera and Lumix, and if you guys are, please tell me the guy that I'm looking for. It's a brand new thing on Instagram. It's a skateboarding ad. Man, I wish I could remember skateboarding ad. You gotta check this out. And I'm pretty sure he shot it on the new Lumix camera. Yeah, this one. Let me see. No, maybe not. Oh no, this is the G9 Mark II and the S5 2X. Damn. So yeah, this thing. Oh yeah, I guess as long as it's not on YouTube, I don't think. Because anything I pull up on YouTube on the streams, I get flagged for. But look at this. This is amazing, man. I'm not a fan of the way they did that first edit, but like, yeah, this is rad. So yeah, I guess the Lumix G9 Mark II and the S5 Mark IIX. This guy's solid. Yeah, Kyle Camarillo. Amazing work, man. Amazing work. And look at that long ass lens that he had. That's crazy. Yeah, dude. This is solid though. Yeah, I don't really watch much of what Lumix puts out, but I saw this because Sammy's was pushing this ad all over on Instagram, I guess. And I mean, look at that macro shot. Yeah, look at that. Boom, dude. Excellent. Downtown. Yeah, dude. Nice. You see how he balances it too with the V-mount directly under it with that core V-mount plate? That's funny. Yeah, that's rad though. I don't really like that when they do those weird, like that weird green screen transition effect. I don't know, dude. That looks a little too gimmicky to me, but whatever. I mean, I get it why they do it, you know. They do it for the gram, right? What's your feelings about the Nikon Red relationship based on Nikon's recent moves with mounts, etc.? What do you mean? What's their recent move with mounts? I don't. You'd have to refresh my memory on that. The move with mounts. What do you do? I don't know what that means, dude. Nikon has a new mount? I'm a little bit out of the loop, guys, if you haven't figured that out yet. Nikon's new mount is the Z mount. Oh, you mean right. You mean Red no longer using RF mount and now Red using the Z mount. Is that what you're talking about? No, dude. I think they had to do that. They had to do that. Because, you know, Nikon's not going to sit around and have their new cameras with RF mount on it, you know? Yeah, dude. No. You know, I mean, good on them. You know, I don't look, honestly, like I was throwing a lot of shade, right? Because I never was a fan of Nikon, but man, the ZF really caught my attention just because of how like cool and like retro it looks. But then I think it was last week's stream, everyone was talking about the Z6 Mark III, right? Wasn't it the Z6 Mark III? Everyone was talking about that, and I knew nothing really about it. So I went and started researching it. I'm like, wow, that's actually a really cool camera. You know, the like, I love it. I love this like GFX. Like, I feel like Fuji, maybe even Leica probably. Leica had this on the CL. Remember on the CL, their little Super 35 camera, and even on the SL, like the first SLs. I think Leica started this, putting this screen on the top. I could be wrong, but anyways, like I love it when camera companies do that. But this looks like I mean, this thing. I mean, look, it's got internal ProRes RAW. That's insane. Nikon RAW. I mean, the specs and everything on this camera are nuts to me. So you know, honestly, I you know, it's like, okay, I'm starting to warm up again to like the whole Nikon Red thing. You know, I was able to like step back from the trolling a little bit, you know, and be like, okay. The weird thing is though, like, and I was talking about this before, I thought the thing was that they're going to do away with the CFB express cards. I could have swore that was a thing. Like they said they were going to stop making CFB express. And yet that has to be bullshit when I heard that, because obviously everyone is still using it. Here's the thing about these cameras though. I really wish all new cameras just had the A7R5 screen. I just wish they all had it. You guys know what I'm talking about? Have you seen the A7R5 screen? this is the best way to make a screen for a hybrid camera. It's genius. This screen that they did is just freaking genius. Let me see. So it flips out normal, like vloggy, but it can also do that. How badass is that? Every new hybrid camera should have this screen on it. They just should. It's just genius. They added, yeah. Oh yeah, what up, Bad Karma? So he's just jumping in. Yeah, dude. So we got this award from the Hollywood Real Independent Film Festival. It's the actual award is just for it won Best Dramatic Short. But I guess they give the DP the award because I guess I contributed to it, helping it win Best Dramatic Short. I don't know. For whatever reason, they felt they wanted to give the DP an award for it. So yeah, definitely did not win Best Cinematography, that's for sure. But the film itself overall won Best Drama Short Film. Which is cool because, you know, the Hollywood Real Independent Film Fest is actually a pretty decent film festival, honestly. I mean, it's pretty surprising, honestly. What's your thoughts on swirly bokeh like that of the Helios 442? There are great use cases, but I'm starting to find it distracting and gimmicky. I mean, I feel like everyone goes through the Helios 442 phase. We all did, didn't we? I mean, honestly, I'm surprised that those lenses took off the way they did. You know, to the point like where they used them on the Batman and stuff. Like, I'm just like, wow, dude, these lenses have really become mainstream. And honestly, they were the first, like all of those Jupiter and Helios, like all of the Russian lenses, those were like my first real lenses. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm not alone in that. And so it's just funny that now they've become like this super cool thing. And it's like, I don't know. I always looked at it as like, you know, like, I don't know, like the Miller High Life or something. You know what I mean? Like the bottom shelf kind of thing. But like, for whatever reason, like people are just obsessed with them. I was never too stoked on them. But I've never used them rehoused, you know. I can only speak to like the shitty photo lenses, you know, like I'm just thinking like the build quality on those things are shit, you know, and it's because they're just like rip-offs, you know. They were just ripping off the Zeiss, right? They were just ripping off Zeiss lenses. Pretty sure that's where that whole idea came from. So it's just like, I don't know. But it's in regards to the, I mean, yeah, the image that they make is cool, like the swirly bokeh. Like, honestly, like if you want, like, I mean, if I'm going for that swirled out look, I would choose a way cooler lens. Like, I would go all in. I would do like Petzvals or something. Like, I would just like totally bypass the Helios. Because to me, like, it doesn't really hit the mark the way that I think it should. But yeah, I can see why you'd say it's gimmicky, I guess. But I mean, honestly, even like, you know, like if you go check out, I did a review of the Light Lens Lab 50mm 1.2. They're Noctilucent. It's like their homage to the Nocton or whatever, the Noc. What the fuck does Leica call those lenses? You know, the 1.2 and all that. But those lenses do it too, you know, because those are super, like they're a 1.2. They're super fast lenses. You know, I don't know. I don't mind it. It's not something that I choose. Like, it's not something that I'm like seeking. You know, I'm not sitting there going, yeah, I need that swirled out bokeh look. No, like that's not something that I'm desiring, but it has its place for sure. I think when they used the Petzvals in that weird movie with who was that? Yeah, the Poor Things movie. If you saw Poor Things, they used the Petzvals in that really good, and I think that was a great example of choosing those lenses to fit the story, in my opinion. You know, and that's why I say like if your script calls for it, then yeah, you know, use the swirly. But like if it doesn't call for it, like if you're just using it to use it because you think it looks cool, I don't know. I mean, are you gonna be able to use that on every project? I doubt it. I love my Z9. It does similar to that. What? The screen? The Z9 screen does that? Let's see. Nikon Z9. I don't know that one. Oh, this is a big boy. Does it come like that, dude? It comes with a built-in grip on it? Holy shit, this thing is nuts. Whoa, this camera looks weird. It looks like it has like the battery grip built in. Weird. What a weird camera. This is like for photography only, right? Or it has video too. This thing is beefy, dude. This looks like a wedding guy's wet dream right here. This camera is gnarly, dude. Look at the batteries on this thing. Yeah, see, I don't follow this company at all. Oh, wow. 8.3K. What the fuck, dude? Yeah, see, this is a gnarly camera, dude. Yeah, no, that's too much camera for me. I don't want all that. If, you know, like, if I'm going to have a camera like that, this is like for a hybrid camera, too much camera. I'd rather just get a real cinema camera, you know, especially at that price. Let's see. Although it's kind of fiddly to remember which way the screen comes out. Yeah, I see that. That camera is nuts, dude. Looks like a transformer. That's awesome, bro. You're an award-winning filmmaker, bro. Oh, thanks, dude. I've been that way, dude. My first award is from my first short film that I produced and directed. You Have Arrived on Amazon Prime. It's really just a proof of concept, so don't judge it too hard. The Petsfalls are more extreme with the swirliness. Oh, 100%. The Petsfalls are insane, but I love it. Like, I mean, if you want swirly, those are the ones to go for, dude. All we could afford, what? The Helioses? Those are all you could afford? Yeah. Oh, you're saying that's why they were our first lenses. Would you be interested in seeing Nikon release a set of cinema lenses if they did something as good as their AIS lenses? Everybody loves those AIS lenses. Dude, I don't know, man. I never saw the secret sauce in those things. I just didn't. I never did. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's coming, dude. I'm sure Nikon and Red have got something crazy cooked. Because, you know, Red had cinema lenses. Red had those crazy, like, crazy zoom cine lenses that they made. Which, I don't know. There's rumor that it was just, like, rehoused Sigma glass or something. But I'm sure they're gonna put out something gnarly, dude. As far as lenses go, I would, yeah, I'd put money on that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure they'll be cool. I'm sure they'll be very cool. I don't think I'd buy them, but I think it's coming for sure. Let's find out what all of the Tamashii donor lenses are. Yeah, you want to get back into that? Because no one ever reported back, dude. But I'm gonna tell you right now, those Tamashis. Were you here for the first part of that, HBP? There was a yeah, so guys, the Tamashii lenses, if you don't know about these lenses, dude, these are badass, but I think I have some of them figured out already. So these are top secret lenses. If you don't know, they're not letting anyone know what Japanese vintage lenses these are. And it's not one brand. This is like a dude went on eBay and just started buying all these crazy ass vintage lenses from Japan and built a set. They rehoused them. And these are rental only, right? And they're not letting anybody know what the lenses are. And I think that's probably because if they did, YouTubers like me would be making videos about it, creating our own sets, and these guys would not be able to keep making their sets because that's kind of what happens. You know, that's what happens with all of these lenses, right? Like, look, you got all these old ones. You even got Minoltas on here. You got Minolta Recorders. You got a Nikon AIS, right? So what happens is, social media goes crazy. They're like, oh, get these. You know, I did the Minolta video that went crazy. Like, dude, my Minolta Record buying guide has like over 100,000 views, dude. Like and growing. Like it's in like my top 5 videos. Like, and so, but companies like this, it's going to hurt them, right? Because for all the little guys that can't afford to rehouse, and this is a place that rents them out, they're like, these fucking YouTubers, man, they're eating up all, because all of these are old ass vintage lenses. They're like, only so many of each one of these lenses are made, So with the Tamashis, they're not wanting to let people know what these lenses are. They want to keep it top secret, man. But you have to go, because we watched this before on the live stream, and here's the thing, though. I think I got a couple of them figured out. Because here's the thing, too. You notice the weird focal lengths here? Like it's a 22, a 26, a 29. Well, they said that they measured, because these are all from vintage photo lenses. So they measured them to get the most accurate, exact focal length that it really is, right? So that's why these focal lengths are a little weird. But, we all know the 29 is probably a 28. A 26 is probably either a 24 or a 25. Right, the 22 is probably a 21, right? So you know that. But here's some big clues you can go off of. First of all, I'm almost positive a rehouse cannot change the close focusing distance. I'm almost positive they can't change that, right? I would think. I'm gonna take a non-educated guess and say that a rehouse cannot change the close focusing distance. So to me, that's like one of the biggest clues here, other than they did admit that they are from Japan, right? So they're all vintage lenses from Japan, Japan manufacturers, and that's the first biggest clue. So they're all from Japan. And the second biggest clue, in my opinion, would be the close focusing distance, right? So when it comes to like this 29 mil, which, okay, a 29 mil T2.2, I would imagine is probably a 28 mil f2, I would imagine, right? And that was pretty popular like in the 70s, like, you know, Contact Zeiss had the Hollywood 28 f2. Everyone was putting out their 28 f2 lenses around that time. So it's not hard to think that this would be a 28 f2, but with this close focusing being a foot, I found this weird Chiron lens. And when I was looking at reviews, and I think it's on the Phillip website. We were just talking about Phillip, and I'm pretty sure it was his website that reviewed this Chiron lens, or someone did, and it looks very similar to the tamashii. So if you go to the actual oh yeah, the videos are down here. So one of these videos shows the actual focal lengths. It's this one right here. I can't play these because I get flagged. Or wait, is this a Vimeo video? I think I'll be safe on this one. If not, then I'll just I'll flag it out. If not, I'll just cut around it. But yeah, so they show you the flare, right? So you get to see the flare, you get to see the bokeh, right? So this is the one, the 29 mil T2.2. Look at that soap bubble bokeh. Everybody's in love. Here's the thing, dude. I feel like I'm the only one that's not enamored by soap bubble bokeh. I just don't care about it. And like everyone else just loves this soap bubble bokeh. But look at, I mean, you gotta be, yeah. Now here's the thing too. This is shot on Alexa LF, right? Or probably a mini LF. So, you know, you gotta keep all that in consideration, right? But also they show the flare, right? So the flare and the bokeh is the #1 giveaway. And this, first of all, the Minolta 24 mil definitely flares like this, right? We talked about that in an old live stream. But anyways, so I dissected the flare, I dissected the bokeh, and then I went and found some images of this Chiron 28 mil, and it's pretty similar. And I can't remember where I found it. It might have been one of these YouTube review videos, which I definitely can't play on the live stream because I'll get flagged. But so, you know, we might be able to find some actual images of this Chiron lens, but look how cheap it is, dude. What the hell? Anyways, I don't remember how I found the video or the sample images of the flare and the bokeh, but it was pretty damn oh, no, now this one's not too good. Look at that. Oh, that's at f8 though. That's at f8. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's fucking garbage, right? But I think the one that I found was wide open. You're gonna have to find wide open to get that same kind of that flare. Anyways, I don't know what video I was watching or what thing it was. Either way, somehow I came down to thinking that I think this might be the 28 mil. I very well could be wrong too. I mean, this lens is fucking, you know, I mean, look at this thing. And this is the weird thing too. This Chiron lens, it's in a bunch of different mounts. Like they have some in K mount, they have some in M42 mount. They're like in a lot of different mounts. I don't know. That's my guess on that one. And I was hoping more people would figure out what the other ones are. Okay, that was going a long time not looking at the chat here. Tokinas? Oh, yeah. He said Chiron. Yeah, so you remember Tokinas? What are you talking about, Tokinas? Oh, no. It's not one set. They're all different brands. That's why they collected them. Like, this set isn't like one brand. This is a bunch of different brands. This is an amalgamation of just crazy eBay lenses. I think the red cinema zoom lenses were Tamron made. Oh, Tamron lenses. Oh, is that what it was? Oh, I heard a rumor they were Sigma glass. OM lenses are the OG Japanese lenses. Oh, 100%. But I bet you anything, like, I don't think any, here's my hunch on these tamashii lenses. I don't think any of them are any of the lenses that they've already rehoused. I just don't. Because because to me, I would be like, what's the point of that? You know what I mean? What would be the point of them making these exclusive lenses if they're all just lenses that they've already, that they've already have in other sets? Nah, I really don't think that's what it is. I think these are completely random ass, just weird one-off lenses like that Chiron thing, and I think that's what it is. I really do. I don't think any of these are lenses that are known to be rehoused. Oh, you did. Oh, thank you, Bad Karma. Thank you, dude. If you want to see it, you should check out Wolf Game. Wolf Game is the other one that we did, that I directed and produced and acted in, and co-wrote it with my wife. You should check out Wolf Game. That's a little bit better. That's a little bit better of a movie. It's like an actual, has a beginning, middle, end. It's not like a proof of concept thing. But thank you. It's on Amazon Prime too. Okay, Robert says, I am guessing they are rehoused Vivitar lenses. See, yeah, someone else is saying that too. Chiron, Komin, and Tokina manufactured lenses for them. The Chiron 28mm f2 was rebranded under the Vivitar 28mm f2. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I was seeing that too. Yeah, I noticed that. They're kind of like the same, because then I found one that said Sears on it. Remember when Sears was putting out like cameras and lenses and shit? Technically, the Voltlanders are Japanese since they've been owned by Cosina for a while. Yeah, that's a good point too. And that would actually make a lot of sense too, because nobody has really touched Voltlander lenses. And yo, I could see that. That's a good point. It could be Voltlander M, because I absolutely love the Voltlander M mount lenses. Actually, the 28mm 1.9 Voltlander lens that I use for both street and video. I use that lens. We just use it on the pilot, just for like a couple shots. But dude, yeah, that's a good point, because nobody has ever talked about rehousing the old Voltlander glass. Not the M mount glass. And that, I think, is some of their best glass. It could be that. It could be that, too. I didn't think about that. Now, the funny thing is like, they got this 42mm on here. And, I mean, I can't think of any other 40mm or 45mm other than the Olympus and the Minolta. And that would kind of, like, go against my theory, because they already have the Minolta lens lineup, and they already have the Olympus lineup. What other random ass company made a 40 or a 45mm? I don't know. I have no idea. I couldn't find it either. So I don't know. It'd have to be someone that's really into like sleuthing and knows a lot about old ass lenses to try to figure this out. Because look, a 58mm as well. It's like, dude, there's not a whole lot of options for that either, right? Other than the Russian ones or the Minolta again. And I don't know, like, I just have this feeling like, look, because here's my thing. Like, I'm projecting, right? Because in my mind, I'm like, dude, are you just using, like, lenses from each one of these sets? Like, to me, that's bogus, right? It's like, well, why not just tell us then, right? Like, that's kind of lame to me. Like, I would really hope, because the way they presented this, because they made, like, this little mini doc about it, right? Like, one of these videos is a little documentary about, well, none of these. Like, I saw it shared somewhere where they made, like, a little short documentary about it. It might be this one. Oh, yeah, duh, it's this one. It's the top one. The Making of Tamashii. So, like, it would be so lame if they, like, went through all the, like, the looking and then, like, making the mini doc, and if it's just, like, lenses that they've already been rehousing. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like, you know, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and be like, yeah, I think that's ones that we don't know about. Like, I think it's lenses that haven't been touched yet. At least I hope so. Otherwise, and this is a complete fucking waste of time. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way I feel about it. And I hope I'm right. I would imagine so. But who knows? Maybe not. Rentals only though. So now someone was saying too, like, you could just call them and they'll probably just tell you on the phone what they are. So I haven't done that yet either. So maybe if one of you guys want to do that, that'd be hilarious. Just call them up and see. How long have we been streaming for? An hour and a half? Oh damn, hour and a half stream, bro. What do you think about the Lindsey Optics Brilliant VND? I'm not familiar with it, but Lindsey Optics, I'm a fan of them actually. I don't have any harsh words about Lindsey Optics as a company. Let me see what's going on with this. What is it called? Brilliant VND? Let me pull it up real quick and see what we're working with here. Variable, yeah, I spelled that right? Typing one finger, I don't know how to, oh, these things. Yeah, no, I'm familiar. I don't know, bro. First of all, fucking hell, that's a lot of money. You know, I don't know, dude. I mean, you could make your own, you know, like, so when I still had the Komodo, I made my own one of these, and it's pretty easy to do. And I think cheaper, not by much, but like, first of all, like, something that you could rent and use way more than this is like a circular Pola, a true circular Pola, the 110. So that's what I did, right? So I'll show you what I did. Let's go to B&H real quick. So I'll show you what I did instead of doing that. I bought the one tray, right? So you get this thing from Bright Tangerine, which is the one tray, right? So I bought this. Damn, it's $400. Oh my God. Okay, no, I didn't pay that much. I did not pay that much. I think I bought it off eBay. So this will be an eBay thing you'll have to find, right? I definitely did not pay that much. So if you get this though, this is cool because you'll notice, and I still have this thing. It's in the garage right now, or else I would go fucking grab it and show you. But or no, I do have it. Hold on. Yeah, so you see I still have it right here. Revar Cine, okay? Oh, did I get too close? Sorry, guys. So in here, so this is what I did. Bright Tangerine 1 tray, right? And then you'll notice that that's the circular Pola, right? Circular Pola in there, okay? You can see it. It gets a little weird, but it's, you know, circular Pola with the wheel on the top. In the back here, you have a slot right here. Where is it? Right here. Right here. And you can drop ND in there. So you can do, what you do is, I bought thin. So I bought a thin Pola, and then I bought a thin ND. You drop it in there, and then I built my own variable ND. And because that's enough space. Oh, I'll tell you why I did it like that. So this slot right here is enough for one. Oh shit, I wasn't on the main screen, was I? Hold on. Let's go back to main webcam so you can see that in full effect. So this is what I'm talking about, right? Oh, let me just do this. Let me take it off of this for a minute. All right, so you see that little thing right there? That is enough to pull back. Oh, let me turn off autofocus real quick. Hold on. Do this the right way. All right, so look at this. All right, so that right there, that is obviously the little switch. You can drop in your filter right there, right? And then over here, you got your little wheel, right? And there's enough room in there to drop one filter in there, right? So what I did though, because you're building one huge variable ND, so, you know, you're probably going to have some IR pollution. You're going to have some weird stuff going on. So what I did is I got a thin linear Pola, right? Because you have to add a linear Pola to the circular Pola, right? So they make a thin linear Pola, linear thin. Oh, I fucked this all up. But either way, it's going to pull up. It's going to pull up. Someone makes a thin one. Oh man, my filters are in storage, or else I could just show you. Let me do it like this. Thin, linear. I think it's called slim. I think it's like slim linear Pola. What the hell? I know they make it because I friggin' bought it. I still have one. And the reason why... fuck, I can't find it now. But there is. There's a thin one, I'm telling you. It's super thin, and then I bought a thin IRND one stop, right? So then it's the super slim. Super slim. It's because my microphone's in the way, so I can only type with one hand here. So just be patient with me. One moment. Super slim IRND. Okay. Yeah, so it's right here. So see, you can get these in all stops, but you just need the IR, right? So I bought the one stop. You buy the, oh, they don't even have the one stop anymore. Damn, even the two stops on back order. So either way, you buy one or two stops of that. And then, so then because they're both super thin, your linear pole is super thin and your IR is super thin. Then I had one huge IRND, IRVND with the one tray. And I think that would come out cheaper than that Lindsey one. But even if it didn't, this Lindsey one, I don't think it has IR cut. Yeah, it doesn't say it does anyways. So anyways, I don't know. That's the option that I did. But look, I don't, I mean, I haven't touched any of my ND stuff since last summer when I bought the FX6. You know, I don't have any, you know, it really is a game changer. On the Pilot, we had this shot where I had to go up, and it's this huge location. We had this huge location with all these big, huge stained frosted glass windows. And I started on the windows because I'm up high on the stairs and we're looking down. I started on the windows, and then we come down and see the guy as he's walking in this building. And so I'm just rocking that ND wheel, you know. It was so perfect, you know. So and I'm monitoring it. I'm adjusting the ND, basically like doing an iris pull, but I'm using the EL zone to judge like how far I want to push it when I come back down and get those skin tones just right, you know, when we come down off the windows and land on the people. But anyways, that's just kind of talking about the FX6. But I mean, I don't know. That's an option that I would do, but I honestly don't know if it would be cheaper in the long run than that 900. But the bonus is it would be IR cut, you know. Vivitar did make a 40mm lens, but it's a bit too slow. Something to note, lens focal lengths can be off by a bit from the advertised focal lengths. They could have also added wide angle converters too. Yeah, someone else was saying that. Someone else had a good thought too, that maybe they are medium format lenses. And then in the rehouse, you know, they build the extender inside of the rehouse. And that was an interesting thought too. Trying to build a universal matte box ND solution. Yes, that sounds like a good solution because I got the KX and it has a lot of IR pollution with some NDs. Yeah, that's what I used to use on the OG Komodo. Oh, you want to know why it wasn't showing up on B&H? Revar Cine makes the super thin linear Pola. That's what it was. It was Revar Cine. Because I got the 138 Pola from Revar Cine. That's why it's all in this pouch. But you notice it's big enough. I put the whole one tray in there. Oh, so that's what it is. Yeah, it's Revar Cine makes that linear one, because they also have it on their website. So if you guys don't know who Revar Cine is, they're basically Tokina. It's the same company. Revar Cine is the same company as Tokina. Yeah, so it's in here because, yeah, you can see how much they sell theirs for. Yeah, here's the whole kit. 800 bones, holy shit. But see, I didn't want theirs. Theirs is weird. Like I like the bright tangerine one. I like the bright tangerine one too because you can add different things with it, you know, because it has a little slot for the filter. I don't know, I just thought that was cool. But what I ended up doing is buying it separate. So I, like, over here you can see, yeah, like, so you can get just that. But I didn't buy the thick one. They make a super thin one, man. Here it is, 2mm. There it is. Yeah, dude, the 2mm. The 2mm is the I call it a super slim. Yeah, see, slim. It's the Kit B Slim. So you can get the 138 Pola plus the 2mm linear Pola for $600. Damn. And then you got to buy the one tray on top of that. And then you still got to get the super slim IRND for like another couple $100. Yeah, dude, it's an expensive kit, man. It's so expensive. I've had it for years though, so I can't tell you. I mean, I know for a fact I did buy this kit, but I bought it direct from the dude that owns the company because I drove to his house. But the other one was the one tray. I know for a fact I bought that one tray off eBay. I don't know what I paid for it, but I feel like I got a pretty good deal on it. Yeah. Anyways. Whoa, boy. My Mia lenses with focal reducer. Yeah, that's what someone else was saying too. My Mia lenses, 100%, 100%. Damn. All right, guys. I guess we're good then. That's about almost 2 hours on the stream that time. See that? I got a dummy battery. Someone last time told me a dummy battery. Yeah, I feel like probably a different size crowd tonight because it's not the normal night. But we were shooting so late last night. I thought, well, maybe we'll try to do one Monday night. But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys. Be sure you hit like on your way out. Let people see this after the stream's over. And yeah, be on the lookout. GVM sent me their 300-watt bicolor light. So I used it a little bit, as much as I could on the pilot. But it was just one scene that we were using it on another scene too. But I had hooked it up to the Nan light spotlight mount. But yeah, you know, it's not a, you know, hey, those GVM lights, they're well built. I'll give them that. They have, you know, they feel good. They feel sturdy. I don't have any qualms about the build quality of those GVM lights. But yeah, so that review's got to come out. You know. Did you see any Alejandro Jodorowsky movies? All right, Izzy, thanks, man. Did I see any Alejandro? All right, one more. Let's see what he's talking about. I don't know. Not man. Yeah. I'm horrible with names. If I see the poster, I'll know. Let's see what he's talking about. Alejandro Jodorowsky? Let's see. Is that how you spell it, bro? Oh, this right here? El Topo? Let's see. Let's see if I know this. No. No way. The Alchemist, huh? No. I don't know. This poster looks familiar to me though. El Topo. That poster for some reason looks familiar to me, but nah, man. I don't think I've ever seen any of these movies. What's a good one? What's a good one? Look at, he's got fake news. Fake news. Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. No, I've definitely never seen any of these. That's hilarious, though. Look at this one, The Neon Demon. Oh, They Wish to Thank. That's not really his. Yeah, I remember that movie. That's not his, though. Natasha Breyer. Yeah, she's a good cinematographer. Oh, yeah, this movie's insane. I know this isn't his movie, but they gave him a special thanks shout out. But yeah, dude, if you guys haven't seen this movie, this is a gnarly movie. This Ellie Fannin movie. Natasha Breyer shot this. She's a badass DP, too. Yeah, this movie is nuts. Neon Demon. I forgot about this movie. All right, let's see. All right, yeah, guys. All right, that's gonna get. We're gonna wrap it up there. It's almost 2 hours. All right, guys. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. We'll be back on it probably, unless we're back shooting. But I don't think we'll be back shooting next weekend. All right, dudes.